Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for The Santa Claus. It's a movie starring Tim Allen and other people you might recognize. I have no idea what their actors' names are. So, I just want to start off by saying that um, I hate the title of this movie so much because for years and years I thought that Santa Claus, the person, deity, whatever you want to call him, was spelled with an E because of this movie. So that you don't make that same mistake, Santa Claus, the character, the deity, the person, doesn't have an E in Claus. Yes, they made a huge point of it's the Santa Claus, it's the clause in the contract, blah, 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 blah. I still just thought it was that's just convenient that it's spelled this way. No, it's not. Claus and clause are all spelled differently. Okay, so moving on. This is a Christmas movie that I rewatch every year. The sequels, not so much, but this movie is hilarious. It's fantastic. The kid actor, he's okay. He's not like Anakin Skywalker Episode 1 bad, but he doesn't blow my socks off. I think some of that is material and how he was supposed to be. It wasn't too distracting, but I don't think I've seen this kid in things other than Santa Claus for obvious reasons. So Tim Allen, he stars as a dad, kind of like the stereotypical dad in the '90s in family movies where he's a terrible dad because he's never there for his kids because he's busy doing the corporate thing or whatever. And he's great at his job. He's fantastic at his job, but terrible at being a dad. And then Christmas happens. He wakes up, and his son wakes up, and they find Santa, and he's Santa's on the roof, and he slips and falls off the roof, and dies / disappears, but leaves his coat behind. And then Tim Allen's character is convinced to put on the coat and go, and then he begrudgingly does Santa things. He's because his son's no, you gotta be Santa, you gotta deliver these kids, think of all the toys, and he's just in utter disbelief that this is a real thing. This cannot be happening. This is how am I supposed to get down this chimney? There's not even enough room. And how they work that, and it's just he's so begrudging at this stage. It's quite funny. Come to find out, there's the Santa Claus that you put on the suit, so you're Santa, and just the stages of denial to acceptance that he goes through in this process and how they help facilitate his transition from denial to acceptance is hilarious. Shout out to Bernard. He's my favorite character. Like him. So this movie is it's lots of fun. It's a guy struggling to be a better dad and to, maintain contact with his kid because custody battles are a thing, and also, dealing with being Santa and the complications that arise thereof, while still being a fun, enjoyable Christmas movie. I will say that, it was made in the mid-90s, so I think that there are certain things that happen in the movie that wouldn't necessarily be so much of a thing today or be shown in a movie today, but I still think that it is current enough that anything that you might be I think is forgivable, that this movie's almost timeless. And while the CGI is not Marvel Cinematic Universe CGI, again, it was that golden time where movies didn't have to have the most realistic CGI, but just as long as when the character squishes down and then pops back up, it was done with CGI to keep the photo of the person type of thing. So that type of CGI, I think, holds up better than some of the later ones where they were trying to keep the photorealism and physics that just ended up being rubbery. So this movie holds up. Sort of like Dragonheart. You ever rewatch Dragonheart? Rewatch Dragonheart and tell me that CGI doesn't hold up, because it does. That movie CGI is on point. So they do just the right amount here. They don't try and be overly ambitious with it. The music, gets you in the mood. It makes a bunch of fun Christmas references. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. And I think that it wraps itself up nicely, and it's heartwarming, and it's fun, and you get to see some of the different technologies and things used, and I like it. It's one of my favorite Santa Claus movies, favorite Christmas themed movies. So I think you should give it a shot if you haven't. Um, as I complete them, reviews for Santa Claus 2, 3, and then the new Disney Plus show that is out this year, The Santa Clauses. I will review those and have links to them in the comments or the description down below. So hopefully the others are as good, because I rewatch this one every year, but not the others. Okay, so I will rewatch them this year and let you know. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye.